it's MJ, and I'm doing a video today that is one of my favorite videos to watch, and that is a favorites video. I always find myself watching these videos because it's like, oh, well that's cool. Yeah, I like that product. So I think I'm going to run you through my kind of everyday makeup that I'm using right now and a few kind of other bits and pieces that I have been loving recently. So let's go right into makeup. The foundation I've been using recently is Rimmel's Match Perfection in the color 101 Classic Ivory. So I have an interesting complexion because I have a very red undertone. That's why I use my Smashbox primer in green, and yes, this is mostly empty. I've had it for several years because I don't wear makeup all that often. I'm wearing it more now than I was a few years ago, but this is kind of my old standby of my Smashbox Photo Finish Color Correcting Primer in green. But this is a really nice coverage to put over that primer. I find that it goes on really nicely, it has a nice hold to it, but it's not heavy, like it doesn't feel heavy on my face, which some foundations I've had in the past have felt very, very heavy on my face. So this is kind of what I've been loving recently. I've had other foundations that I really like. I use other foundations, but this is kind of the one that I've found to be the one that I really am liking recently, and that's not going to work. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, I've been liking this one a lot recently. It's very, very nice. I only started doing my eyebrows like a year ago, because I didn't know you could fill them in. As I said, I do not wear makeup very often, but I did not know you could fill them in. And I've used a couple different products, and I find that I really like the one that has the gel and the powder. And the one I'm currently using is the Rimmel London Born This Way in medium brown. It's not hard to put on, but I don't use the brush that comes in here. I actually use a regular eyebrow brush, because I just find that I like using a longer brush better than the one that comes in the packaging. I've used so many different kinds of concealer, and Urban Decay's Naked Skin, which is the one this one is, has been my favorite for a while, just because it doesn't like feel odd, it doesn't make my skin look weird. Okay, this one is the Weightless Complete Coverage Concealer in, oh, Fair. If I knew where the packaging stuff was, it would really, really help. But I've been using that for 2-ish years now, I think. But I've used other ones and I didn't really like them all that much. So this one blends really easily. It's very good coverage. It doesn't look weird, because I've had concealer that you put on the foundation and it looks really odd. Like you can tell exactly where it's been buffed in. I have like 35 makeup palettes, like 35. I use 3 of them. But I'm a fiend to buy makeup palettes because I think they're like, oh, I'll use it. It's really cool. And then I don't use it and I feel really bad. But I've been using Makeup Revolution London's palette in Run Boy Run. And you can actually kind of tell which 3 colors I've been using. But I really like these 2 right here. Actually, these 3 right here. And that's what I'm wearing on my eyes right now. And that's what I've been wearing for months. I need to really start experimenting with other eyeshadows. I just haven't yet. So hopefully next time I do this, I will have another eyeshadow palette that I've used. I'm also a person who buys a lot of mascara. I find that I prefer more expensive mascara to the kind of cheaper, more drugstore mascara. Like this is Too Faced's Better Than Sex mascara, and I got this in one of their Christmas packagings, I think last year, and I just started using it and I find that it makes my eyelashes look amazing. I have a couple other standbys that I use quite frequently, but this is kind of what I've been using recently. It's easy to travel with because it's so little, it doesn't take up a lot of room in your makeup bag, and the length of your eyelashes is crazy. Like I feel like my eyes are so open at all times, like all day, every day. I really like this one. I would like to get a full size. I think that'll be my next purchase just because I like it so much. I got into liquid lipsticks about a year ago, and I have not used a cream lipstick since then, like a lipstick tube. And I find that I always reach for my NYX liquid lingerie. Nope, lip lingerie. I always call it liquid lingerie. My NYX lip lingerie, and this is number 7. I have 5 or 6 of these in different colors, and I find that these are the ones that I really, really reach for, because I prefer wearing a nude lip, just because when I wear darker colors, I find myself like, wow, it's really, really dark, and it looks really stark against my complexion. So I find that wearing a nude lip makes my life a little easier and makes my makeup look a little better, and it doesn't make me look quite as pale. Now, moving on from makeup, I only have a few things this month to not have makeup in, just because I figured, you know what, I'll do my regular makeup routine and I'll do a few other items. But I find that this, which is the Fab Pore Purifying Foam by Soap & Glory, has saved my skin day in and day out. My pores are smaller, I'm having less breakouts with this and the rest of my skin routine. But I find myself, like, this is my second bottle, and I'm almost all the way through. And I've been using it for a couple months now, and I find that it's just really nice. It's a little tingly on your skin, but I'm really a fan of Soap & Glory in general. I use several of their products, but I've really been liking this a lot recently. If it would focus, that would be super helpful. There we go. I've been using this quite a bit recently. Every time I wash my face in the morning, I find myself reaching for this or my other Soap & Glory facial wash. But this is, I think, one of my favorite skincare products for the last 5 or 6 months. Oh, shocker. Another Soap & Glory product. My favorite scent for Soap & Glory recently has been Sugar Crush. Actually, I think that was the first scent I ever had by Soap & Glory. And this is Hand Food in Sugar Crush, and it smells amazing. It smells a little like limes, and it's just amazing. It's very fresh, it's very nice, and I carry one of these around in my purse at all times. At all times I have one of these, because I find myself, every time my hands are a little dry, I'm like, you know what, I need some hand food. The last kind of skincare item I have, I feel like this is all kind of skincare, is my new, I actually just recently got this and I've been loving it, is the number 7 Dual Action Tinted Moisturizer in Fair. Yeah, Fair. Because I don't like wearing makeup very frequently, I tend to, if I have to go somewhere, put on my tinted moisturizer instead of a full face of foundation, because I find that it is easier to manage, it's not as heavy, and it's really, really nice. So I have been loving this quite a bit recently. And I have one more thing that I've been really liking recently, and that is this, like, memo board? I don't really know what to call it. It's like a memo board. And I posted this quote on Instagram because it's kind of been my life recently, if not today, when? But I got all the letters in 2 different colors because I just think this is such a cool idea. You can post little messages on it and just post it. Like, mine normally sits right over there on this little tower, but I moved it specifically so I could put it in this video. I have been absolutely living by this quote recently, and kind of having a place to put it and having a thing to display it on is just really, really interesting. So I've been using this, and it's been fantastic, and it's just a nice little home decor piece that you can change out whenever you want, instead of it being like a print where you have to have that same print all the time. And I have 2 items that I bought recently that I am very excited to try. Well, 3 items actually. The first one is the NYX, that's the Pointe eyeliner in Hella Fine. I thought that was such a funny name for eyeliners. I always am such a big fan of when they give like ridiculous names to things. But I used to wear a lot of eyeliner, and I don't anymore because I can't do a cat eye to save my life. So this is kind of my hope that maybe soon I'll be able to do a cat eye without a huge problem because every time I try to do one, I end up taking it off and saying, never mind. These things are really cute. Like, they're both from the same company, and I love the packaging of this company. This is one of those companies where I will physically buy a piece of their merchandise just for the packaging. And also their makeup is amazing. And this is Lorac in Malibu. And I loved the colors in it because it's 4 eye colors and 2 cheek colors. I really am excited to try it and see what it's like because I know they came out with 5 different palettes, but this was kind of the one that matched my normal color palette better. And one final thing, again, Lorac's packaging is amazing. I love how this actually physically just goes up because it's like it's not like an accordion, but I don't know what else to call it. It's like an accordion. And I love the colors in this palette as well. I just think Lorac always has these beautiful packaging and these great pigmented shades, and I'm really, really excited to be able to use this in the next couple of weeks. But I'm really excited to use a couple of these products in the next few weeks and continue to try to experiment more with makeup so I can be like, hey, here's this thing that I tried this month. But if you liked any of these products, like the video down below. You can subscribe down below. You can follow me on social media. But for now, I think that's it. This has been WaitIt'sMJ, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!